Hey y'all. Hey, how y'all doing? I hope everyone is doing well, wealthy, happy, healthy, abundance, right? Listen, this is vlog number 12, y'all. Number 12. I got 3 more to go. And then I'll know how we gonna move forward. But anyway, I was thinking about meditating earlier, and I asked Spirit to show me what they would have me share. You know, more from my own personal experiences, more from my own growth and journey, and things that I've gained that were really kind of strange for me. Although it was there, it was my reality. It's just the way it was revealed to me is just whoa, like whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. So I had got this deck out. This is my little deck that I use for myself. We use the index cards and write stuff on them. And this card stuck out to me. Forgive. And I want to talk about forgiveness. And I'm going to share some of my experiences with me on forgiveness. I have shared them on other platforms before, but just not in this way. But I took the card out, and this is what I got stuck on. But Spirit also told me, talk about heaven on earth. Tell them that heaven is created for earth. The cosmos don't need a heaven. This place, heaven, is created and was created for human, not earth, heaven. Heaven in earth, heaven on earth. So, with Earth being a planet and I'ma just say a dome of its own, if heaven is on the earth, on the dome, how do we get heaven in the earth? See, this how me and my spirit team speak to one another. Yeah, because I got questions. So I'm like, okay, if heaven is on earth, and you say you want me to tell them about heaven in earth, how does that happen? Spirit say, duh, dummy. The people in the earth have to bring the heaven to them, through them. That's how you get heaven on earth. Let's talk about it. I love y'all. Listen, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Let's start with forgiveness. I don't know, I guess it looked backwards, but anyway, let's start with forgiveness. Forgiving yourself is a challenging job, but you must start there. Anytime you're traveling, anytime you're I'm channeling y'all, so please forgive me if I jump around a little bit. Just stay with me. Anytime you're traveling, anytime you're planning, anytime you're wanting a transition, or you're creating a change, a transition in your life, a job, preparing to have a baby, preparing to get married, preparing, those type of things, right? You put yourself there first mentally, right? Because if you're, let's just use getting ready for work. You're getting ready for work. Already in your mind, you sort of kind of not think about what you're going to wear, or if you need to wash or iron your uniforms. You know what I'm saying? You already done put it there in your mind. Grab a paper and pencil, y'all. I got mine right here. I got mine too. Because these messages are channeled. I'm not reading the cards. I'm just allowing the cards to guide me, because there's so many layers to this. And I don't know if this just gonna be one long video, or I'm gonna have to come back and do some more or whatever. But however which way Spirit lead me to do, that's what it gonna be. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me get the pen. Hold on, y'all. So you've already put yourself there, because you already got it in your mind. A lot of us already know what to expect when we get to work, what time we should leave to get to work on time, and all of that, right? Don't you know that creating heaven on earth is pretty much goes like that? If you knew, or if I told you and you trust me, you obviously trust what I speak, because you're here listening to it, right? If you felt like I was a liar, a fake, or whatever, then you here to gather information to go share. I want you to do that. Please do. Please share it. Please like and share, y'all, so this can find somebody else too. I'm about to simplify this thing for y'all real quick. We're about to help you change your life in this moment in the earth. We're going to show you how to bring your heaven to earth, into your reality, into your daily life. This is not going to make sense for everybody, but you can also write down your notes so you can go back over it. We're starting with forgive. The word forgive, forgiveness. Ooh, I'm excited about the next one. Anyway, I had shuffled those cards, and that's the one. So, when we talk about forgiving ourselves, right? As a child, a lot of us have been through a lot of traumas and challenges in lives, right? And so many things that happen to us or around us that were beyond our control, right? And so you say to yourself, oh, I can't wait till I get grown. Or if I was a grown up, I wouldn't allow this and allow that. Sometimes it even happens when we look at, for us African Americans, for us indigenous species. Stop. My spirit team is a mess, because they over here cutting up. Anyhow, listen, wherever you consider yourself to be, but us who connect to slave days and stuff like that, doesn't matter your nationality, you've been through slavery, you've been through it, okay? Listen, but when we watch those movies and we see how they were beaten and killing and unaliving, you know what I'm saying, us, and really like treating us like dirt. Those hit trigger points, right? Because you would say, let me speak from my own experience. If I was watching a slave movie and I see that, I say, ain't no fucking way I've been gonna let so and so do so and so to me, or do this and do that to me, right? It hits a trigger. Like when you were a child, if you were abused as a child, if you dealt with narcissistic parents and family members and siblings, and you grow up in a narcissistic background, yes, you have been through a lot. And you continue to attract narcissism, even in your friendships, even in your job relationships. And we'll talk about that another time. Let me write that down. But if it comes out in the card, I'm going to definitely go there, but not right now. Okay. So, you reflect when you see that trigger. Like when I watch those movies and they trigger me and I be like, I didn't let nobody say and do this and do that. That was for those times, right? So when it comes to forgiveness and you forgiving yourself, you go back to your childhood and you see what triggered how you respond today. Let me say this kind of slowly, because Spirit is saying no, they ain't getting it. If you were abused as a child, let's just say you had a narcissistic, alcoholic parent who would beat you for whatever reason. You're an adult now. And when you watch a movie and you see that same thing happening to a child on the movie, it triggers you. It triggers that child within you, that helpless child that couldn't do nothing to defend or protect yourself. So now, even as an adult, it triggers you because you know what that feels like. You've experienced that. That is a reality to you. That's not just something you're watching on TV. It is real. It is a reality. It is indebted and embedded in you. Forgiveness works like a DNA cleanser, is what they're saying. I'm not a doctor, please. I'm speaking all things spirit. Nothing religious, nothing medical. I'm speaking all things spirit. I'm speaking a heavenly language right now. That's what Spirit said, a heavenly language. Don't do that. Anyway, it takes you back to that childhood, or even though it may trigger you, how does it trigger you? Does it make you angry? Does it make you want to cry? Write that down. Forgive at the top. I wish I had a little whiteboard. Forgive at the top. And then childhood. And then triggers. Okay? Under triggers, you're gonna write how. How does it trigger you? How does it trigger you? And then write the answer to how. Does it make you angry? Does it make you want to cry? Does it make you want to just close up to yourself? Does it make you start praying for people, for children, or for what it, How does it trigger you? Write the answer. And whatever your answer is, let's just say it makes you cry. It makes you cry. Your emotions. Oh. Hold on again, y'all. Okay, I had to go get some more cards. But while I'm talking, I'm going to be sharing this with... I'm going to keep talking while I'm getting the rest of what I'm trying to put together. Anyhow, yes. How does it trigger you? And if your response is, and I'm just using this as an example, if your response is that you cry, you just sit there and cry about it because your response to the triggers is the answer to why it still triggers you the way that it do. Let me say that again. Whatever your answer is under that how, is the answer of to why it still triggers you that way. If it's your emotions and you start crying, or you go to retreat to some type of abuse with alcohol or drugs just to numb that pain, that's the very pain that you need to face. That's the very fear that you need to face. That's the very thing that you need to look in the face and take a stand to. Put underneath your answer to how, put face off. Damn, I'm teaching good here today. Go ahead, Spirit, come through. Face off. Face off is going to allow you to release, forgive yourself for holding on to those tears, those pains. Forgive yourself because you were a child. There was nothing you could do about it. The only thing that you can do about it now is rip that mask off. Take the face off. Take the pain off. If it's angry, take the angry off. Your emotions, I trying to remember because I think, okay, I'm going to get it. Just bear with me, y'all. I'm going to get it. I'm going to show y'all how we going to do this thing right here. Because as I'm experiencing heaven on earth, Spirit says, guess what? Then I want everybody to experience heaven on earth. But you got to be able to do the work, though. You got to be able to let Spirit know and let your spirit team and the divine them know that you're ready. You want to heal. You want to do the work. You don't want to be triggered every time you watch a movie and see something happening to somebody else in the movie that happened to you, and now you a whole hot mess from something that happened to you when you was a child. Please, it may sound like I'm being cold and just pushing it to the side. I'm not. I've been through that too. But listen, it has no holes on me. I faced it face off. I've took the fucking mask off. That trauma bound, bondage, binding, trauma bounds you. So you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the inner child that couldn't protect themselves. You couldn't protect yourself. Don't stay mad at the person who did that to you. You can't. Don't seek revenge. Now that you're old enough and you're an adult enough to know better, to do better, you don't need to seek revenge. What you have to do is give it to your spirit team. That's how you forgive yourself. I almost got them all together, y'all. Now I'm going to show y'all. I almost got them. These some of my own cards with as I've studied. Look at this. Get rid of negative energies, anxiety, fear, and blockages. See, that's what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, yeah, you have to tap into that area, that house, and that's what I'm looking for in my house cards. You're going to have to tap into that area and that house, wherever it is in your chart. If you don't know how to read your chart, if you never heard nothing about a chart, don't worry about it. Don't make it a big deal. You can look it up and learn it for yourself. Like I said, have been teaching and still is teaching myself, but I'm sharing with you guys what I know. If you want to try it out, work with it. Take the paper down, write the notes. Under face off. All right, I got all the houses together. Let's put these ones up. And let's look for the house. Okay, so like I said, for the scenario, we're using the inner child trigger, right? What triggers you or triggers your inner child? That little part of you who couldn't protect you. So you would look to where are your emotions? Your third house, which deals with your childhood, your relationships, the way you communicate, um, your everyday routines, the type of things that are going on in your neighborhood around you. All of these things are kept in your third house. So if it triggers your tears with your childhood wounds, or if a family member did this to you, or if somebody in your neighborhood did this to you, and a neighborhood or a certain place might trigger you. You understand what I'm trying to say? Not just a movie, a neighborhood could trigger you. A person could trigger you. Somebody can say something about that and it will trigger you. You cannot allow those triggers to lead you to doing something you should not be doing. And it begins here. So if the trigger triggers you, the way you face off that trigger is to deal with it. Is to face it. Look it in his face and say, I forgive you. When the trigger, face off, trigger. Right trigger again. This is how you're going to face this trigger off. When you watch that movie or you go into that neighborhood and you feel that energy, you feel that trigger, this is what you tell yourself and put this in your mind. And I mean every single time you feel it. Every single time you acknowledge that same energy, you could do the same very simple thing. Every time. I don't care if it's 50, 11, 20, 100,000 times a day. I don't care. If the song trigger you, say it. If the TV trigger you, say it. If the fucking post office trigger you, say it. I am now healed, whole, and made well. I forgive myself because it wasn't your fault in the first place. You are healed, whole, and made well. You can tap your head if you want to. I like to tap my third eye because I want that thought to replace all of those thoughts that triggers me. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you getting rid of a habit or something, you understand what I'm saying? You got to replace that with something else. You don't just leave that space empty, because if you leave it empty just because you got out of it and you grew up and you don't see that person no more, doesn't mean that feeling and that void is not still there. It's still there because you haven't replaced it with something else. Replace them thoughts, those triggers, those feelings with I am healed, I am whole, I am made well. Because you have healed from that. And now you have become a whole new person. You have to be still made well within your mind, within your spirit, within your soul. Claim it every time. It's not hard. You could do that. Anybody could do this. Everybody could do this. Kids can do this. Kids can do this. We can teach our kids to heal themselves now. And then by the time they get to where we are and laugh, like we always say, yeah, I want to give my child, I want to do this and do that for my child because it wasn't done for me. Do what you can for them. But what you should be doing, what we all should be doing, is teaching our children how to heal themselves and to bring their heaven on earth. Not by the preacher, not about a religion, just a connection to the realms. To the heavenly realms. That's dumb to think that you got to live all this in life and go through all of this, and then the only way you gonna get to heaven is you gonna die, and then you gonna see that life is better there. Then why bring us here? Why give us life in the first place? We were given this life to create our reality here from the realm in which we came. If y'all want to call heaven the realm, then we're going to call that the realm. And so many other things. But we just going to stick with that. If that's what we got to do, if we want to, why we want to go to heaven when we've been created from the heavens? And they bring us here. They bring us here so we can finish bringing the heavens here. And create a new earth and a new world for ourselves. Because we're the one who are living here. They're not. That's what they mean when they say we were born in this world with sin. No, we came back to this world with a burden not to carry, but to break. Boundaries, barriers, limitations, so that the heavens can be within the earth. You don't need to die to go to heaven. If that was the case, you could have stayed. You are here on an assignment. And your assignment is to bring that what you call heaven to earth. Where there's peace, where there's love, where there's joy, where there's healing, wholeness, wellness, and abundance of everything needed. It is already here, but we don't know how to exercise it. We don't know how to rewire our brain according to the things that we've experienced and the conditions that have been set upon us living in this realm. I'm here to help y'all escape it and stop being in a box and limited. Don't do that. Don't do that to you. If you're curious about religion, astrology, or whatever, that is not going to hurt you to learn something about it. Read something about it. Study something about it. If it can work out for you or make sense to you, good. Keep that for you, but don't stay there. Move on to the next. Because as long as you're living, there'll always be room to grow. There'll always be room to learn. No one person knows everything. No. We are here collectively, just like arms and hands and feet and legs. Yep. Some of them got some bad ones. Some of them got some good ones. But we are all here to collectively work together to complete this goal. The heaven coming to the earth, not us dying to get to the fucking heaven. That's backwards. That's backwards. We're supposed to bring it here. Not us do whatever to go there. No. I'm experiencing my heaven now. I'm not dying to get that. No, I deserve that. I born with that. It is my blood right. And I'm going to fucking have it. And ain't nobody going to take it from me. And y'all are going to come along this journey and find it to be so. You're going to find it to be so. Hold on. Yeah. Y'all gonna find it to be so. You're gonna find it to be true for you too. Now, with your face off, y'all unface it now. Now y'all know how to rechannel that energy within you, that what triggers you. You do this with anger if it makes you angry. Do this with coping mechanisms as well. And the third house, like I said, childhood, family, relationships, communication, because you'll be amazed at how this one trigger has created so much blockages in your adult life. Think about it. Think about it.
Was that?
Drinking the Think about it. Think about it. If it's anger and somebody says something, let's say you at work and somebody says something to you and it and it pushes that button and it triggers you. That's what triggers are like, pushes sensitive buttons. And everybody got their own personal barriers and triggers. Everybody. And somebody says something and it triggers you and it makes you angry instead of making you cry. And you pop off on that person. Guess what? What happened to your job? What happened to you? What happens to your reputation? Bring it here. Go get your... That's King, y'all. You know, what happens? You lose your job. That messes with your money. That fuck up your family relationship. You got bills to pay and stuff like that. You might have problems communicating, going home to your family and say, yeah, so-and-so say something and I beat so-and-so ass and so now I ain't got no job. Really? I'm just using that as an example, y'all. To let y'all know how far this thing really can go and how far it has gone, and that we have brought it into our adulthood. Excuse me, y'all. And how far we've brought it into adulthood and why things are so hard and so complicated for us, you know, in certain areas of life. And that's why it's important to forgive yourself so that you begin to heal yourself. And then those simple words won't make you angry anymore and cause you to lose your job. You can go out in public and go hang out with your friends and stuff and watch a movie without just being, ooh, I remember when, and nobody was there for me and nobody protected me. Listen, I used to be that way. I did. Very super sensitive, and I'm a Cancer anyway, so I'm already emotional. But I've healed. Those things don't trigger me. Of course I remember them, but guess what else I remember? It don't hurt now. No, not now. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. I just sit at home and I weep. But now that has changed. I found the truth to help me ease my pain. No, not now. Them shit can't trigger me no more. I always know, and I always be reminded that I have defeated it. It did not defeat me. Predators know what they're doing. They know that if they attach themselves to you from childhood, that they can ride off your energy all your life. As long as you continue to get angry, as long as you continue to cry, they know. They are not stupid. And a predator is an energy, not just the body. So they come in all of them. All of them. Regardless of the title, all of them. A predator is a predator. An energy vampire, they all the same thing. They know that if they attach themselves to you from a child, that they can wreak havoc in your whole life, including your adult life now. That's why people say, go do your shadow work. It ain't just about shadows. It's about you discovering what has been lurking in the shadows all your life. All these unhealed wounds that left the doors open for those energy vampires to continue to steal your joy, steal your peace, steal your freedom, steal your finances, steal your good health. Fuck that. Enough is enough for that. And I'm here to say so, to be so, and definitely have done and will continue to do so. Y'all stick along with me, all right? Love y'all. Bye.